so first and foremost, how's everyone doing today?
Yeah, baby. Jerry.
No, that's exactly it. We did introductions. We're gonna do the,
You're awesome.
the video.
Can I do an intro for this?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, so no judgment, but how many of you people have seen Power Rangers Shattered Past? Can I see you raise your hands?
You guys are
Okay, awesome. So, a little bit of spoiler. This is the episode 5 trailer. We're 5 episodes in. It's all about time travel. We're uniting different seasons, and we have the first ever sneak peek at episode 5. So here we go.
check it out.
Let's do it.
Woo!
You ready to see me? No, I'm just I ain't never seen you yet. See what we talking about. It's going fast.
My timeline is no longer shattered. Thanks to my team, my family. Together, we've traveled through time, made enemies, formed alliances. We've reached new levels of power. But even with all the good we've done, our mission still isn't complete. We fixed the past. Now it's time to save the future.
Save the future. We gotta go back.
Power Rangers Shattered Past.
There it is. Mr. Inferno.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but that got me pretty hyped for episode 5.
Me too.
Yeah, so for those of you who haven't watched it yet, definitely after this, get up on YouTube, Shattered Past, watch episodes 1 through 4, and get ready for episode 5. It's about 30 minutes total, so you start off with like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then 20 minutes. I think that's what it was. So it's a good watch. I would highly recommend it. So here we have the stars and the guys who put it together. So we're gonna ask them some questions, and I'll start with Colin. So, for those of you who have been watching it, we've been able to reference quite a few seasons of Power Rangers, even digging into the comics. But my question for Colin is, do you see yourself adding any references to Power Ranger adjacent shows? So I'm thinking VR Troopers, Masked Rider, Big Bad Beetleborgs, or even going to some non-Saban stuff like Superhuman Samurai, Cyber Squad. So do you see yourself adding any of those?
Yeah, in episode 3, there's this big CGI scene in the future, and there's a big Easter egg for Kamen Rider. So yes, absolutely. I want to Shattered Past. The beauty of Shattered Past is that we can do whatever we want when we want, and it's all fan service. So the universe is always growing, evolving, morphing, and I want to include all of these different shows that we as fans want to see, all included in one universe.
I love it. This one is actually for Dave. So in episode 4, we're introduced to Autumn, who is played by your real-life fiance,
Yes.
Jessica. So how was it like getting a chance to work with your significant other?
Oh, it was great. Jess and I actually met on set, so it's not the first time we've been worked together. But it's always great working with her. Obviously, we have pretty good chemistry, so we're able to pull things together, and it's a lot of fun. It makes work easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure getting to work is a lot easier too, just carpool together.
Absolutely. Carpool lanes, just right there.
Oh,
That's the
good
sound of
God.
us going through the carpool lanes.
What is happening over there?
It's a time travel sound. I'm sorry, it's me. I should stop.
Any idea how to fix that? Anyone?
I think it might be the laptop a little bit too close.
Oh, we were just talking about it. Fixed it.
That's better.
That might work.
You're welcome.
Alright, so the second question is actually for Mark. So Mark, I don't know if you know this, but we met at Comic-Con a couple years ago, before Shattered Past. Yeah, I know. But talk about history. You and Colin go back to, I believe, high school.
Yeah.
So who, like, did he pitch it to you? Did you pitch it to him? Like, how was that collaboration process of getting the Green Psycho Ranger to the show?
So if you guys don't know who Psycho Green is, Boom Studios created a Green Psycho Ranger back in 2018, I believe. So that kind of started like to initiate I want to cosplay as a Psycho Ranger, because if anyone's watched In Space, they're pretty bad on top of that. So I'm not a guy who can play a bad guy, but it intrigued me a lot. So when Colin saw me at Power Morphicon, he kind of just pitched out like, hey, I got this idea for Shattered Past. We need a villain, and would you mind doing it? So I was like, yeah, I mean, I only wear the suit during Comic-Con. I mean, what else am I going to do with it? So after we did the first episode for Power Rangers Shattered Past, it just blew up. You know, we didn't even think that it was going to hit, you know, what, over 500,000 views. So next thing you know, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, and next thing you know, we started this whole train of, you know, fan films along with Unworthy. It's just an amazing ride. I mean, look at where we're at right now. We're at the end of Pasadena, like, as Ranger Legacy, all because of a crazy idea.
5 episodes later, and you still sending me the gift of you shooting in the back. Yeah, it's great.
Don't worry, I'll break out eventually at some point on my containment card.
This question is for Alexandria. Hi. So you get to play an original character. So of course, based on the Omega Rangers that originated in the comics, and now you're a Pink Ranger. So kind of adding on to that from the story. So although we just met your character, like very briefly, you had a couple lines. You know, you talked to Sam O'Neill's character. What can we expect from your character in episode 5 and even moving forward?
Ooh, I'm gonna be in it.
Yeah. I mean, the best answer we've gotten all day. So.
No one repeat that. She's gonna be in it.
That's all
that's a
anyone gets
spoiler?
to know. That's the biggest spoiler you're gonna get. I'm in it. No, the whole episode 5, there's a lot of me and Sam hanging out and maybe getting our asses kicked or something like. I mean, butts kicked.
There's no kids. Let her rip.
There's
All
one right
Sorry.
Sorry, 2 strikes on already.
We're gonna get together a swear jar, so.
I'm gonna put the most money in there. It's fine. You'll catch it. It's fine. But yeah, no. Sam and I go through a lot in episode 5, so expect a lot more from my character and maybe even a suit.
Well, you brought your helmet, so that's.
It's my first time
amazing.
seeing it. I'm so excited.
This question is actually for Mr. DJ.
DJ!
That's my in episode 4, we got to see the premiere, the debut of the In-Space Turbo Fusion Ranger. So we got to see
So I'm more of a sequence though, right?
We got to talk about it briefly in the Birdline of the Grid, but what I want to know is how did the idea of putting those two suits together and combining and making your own ranger, how did that go about?
Sure, I try to streamline it. So, Love Line of the Grid, Off the Grid is a brother-sister series to Shattered Past. It's all in the same universe. So that focuses on Chris's universe, Andros from Pirates of Space, and the whole concept of TK. I mean, I think people know at this point, he is the son of TJ Johnson from Pirates of Space and Turbo, and Cassie from Pirates of Space and Turbo. If they put 2 and 2 together. The name TK actually stands for, you know, Theodis Cassidy Johnson, so TJ, like Theodore,
IMDb trivia.
all that stuff. So,
Add that to the Ranger Wiki.
The more you know.
the more you know. But yeah, the whole concept as far as paying homage to different powers, creative originality, that kind of thing. I specifically remember filming episode 4 of Colin, and it was on the way back, we were talking about names. Literally talking about, like, what do we call this thing? In-Space Turbo Fusion Ranger? Too long. Shifting the Space Turbo Good? No, Jerry. What about, how about just Red Fusion Ranger? And Red Space Chief. I was like, Red Space? Like, okay, fine. Red Space Fusion Ranger. Posted. Cool. So, homage to other series and the parents of TK.
That's amazing. This one's for Sean. So one thing I noticed is I was binging Shattered Past yesterday to make sure I had questions. The episodes get progressively longer. Not saying that's a bad thing, but I know that for you, that's giving you more work to do. So how do you kind of deal with Colin just adding more to your plate?
Well,
Sorry.
the first thing I do is I text Colin and I say, next episode's gonna be shorter. That's the first thing I do. After that, it's just a lot of organization and then the workflow going, editing it and then sending it to the VFX and then back in and then you gotta do the VOs and all that stuff. So the workflow just got way crazier. So being extremely organized with your VFX guy is the best thing, or you're gonna be sitting there all day, all night. The day before the release, just pulling your hair out. But yeah, so it's organization and just trusting your VFX guy to come through.
Are you going to continue the trend of making the episodes longer? So like right now we have 20 minutes,
20 minutes
30
is
minutes.
20 minutes is it.
And then a full
We're
length
stopping
speech
after 20.
I was told to make this one shorter, like Sean said.
Is it actually shorter or?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, about the same.
Not longer.
It's not longer. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it.
Okay, that's fair. So this question is actually for everyone. So going back to I'm obsessed with the Fusion Ranger.
Oh.
So, and I asked this question earlier as well. In the panel. So those of you who were here for that, you probably already heard some of these answers. But I'm going to start off with Sean and kind of work my way over to Colin. What Rangers? It could be more than one. I mean, obviously more than one. It could be more than two. So 2 or more Rangers. Would you kind of fuse to make your own Fusion Ranger?
It's pretty crazy. So it's the Titanium Ranger with the red wind Ninja Ranger. So you put that together, and you get probably the best Fusion, except for my boy DJ.
Yeah, thanks, man.
The second best Fusion Ranger. So.
Do I want to spoil that, or are you good?
No spoilers.
No,
No spoilers.
it's okay. Hey,
It's
these
okay?
guys are awesome. We're so
Alright,
happy
fuck
you
it.
guys are here. Mark, give
Hey,
them
watch
the
that.
big spoiler. Give them hype for the finale.
This wasn't my fault, I swear.
Oh,
You're
that's,
giving me permission.
ooh,
So-
juicy.
no.
Yeah, so,
You have
Talk about my son.
I've had it in the works for a bit, and actually Bloodline has been the most inspirational in terms of like how this all started. So if any of you have seen Bloodline of the Grid, Christopher Tatum Lee, you'll notice that he's got something on his eye. Yeah?
Yeah.
So,
We know.
on top of that, if you ever see the episode, spoiler, he is, we have the voice of Ecliptor. So, I thought the idea of Psycho Green being fused with Ecliptor. So we have Cycliptor for my fusion, which is in the works.
My son.
Yes.
My son.
Very good.
And yeah, definitely excited for it.
Wrap it up. That's a great fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited, and my buddy Drew over here just came from all the way from Vegas. He's got a fusion.
Oh, where's he at?
Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
Tell people behind you.
Yeah, Gold Psycho.
Yeah.
I love that.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's super dope.
Alright, what about you, Alexander?
I'm gonna go super simple, but I kind of would like to see Sam O'Neill, little Mega Ranger, Psycho Green.
Like a fusion from Dragon Ball Z, just.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, now it is. I'm gonna go home and write it.
New best friends.
Mega Psycho Access? Mega Psycho.
Let's go, Omega.
Let's go. Make a cycle.
Psycho, yeah. Psycho Mega.
Let's go Mega. Blue and green.
Psycho Mega.
Psycho Mega sounds good.
We're just brainstorming.
Mega Psycho.
For workshop.
Alright, Dave, what about you?
I mean, I'll go the same route as Mark and just talk about it because it's pretty much out there anyway through the comic books and everything.
And also in F4 is very clear.
F4 is pretty clear. F5 is when you'll get to see the suit. But in F4, at the end of the episode, Catherine Hillard gives me half of the Xeonizer. And we find out in, I believe, F3 that Zeo crystals charge Time Force energy. So when I morph with the Zeo Riser, Zeo charges my Time Force suit, and I get some.
Check out that helmet.
This is my new Zeo charged Time Force helmet, and the whole suit will be in episode 4. So
yeah.
So wearing Time Force
It's gonna be tough. I've seen the suit. It's amazing.
In the future.
It really is. Also, shout out to Ray, where you can see.
Where's Ray at? Is Ray here?
Ray, are you here? Stand up, man.
Ray!
Ray is responsible for our complementing comic book series that coincides with all of our stories, side stories, etc., etc. So a lot of our expanded lore can be found, and it looks so good. It looks so like Boom Studios official, and man, it gives me goosebumps every time I see us in animated form. There's a specific cover of us helmetless, and I'm just like, look like an animated team. That's so cool. I just want to stare off the bucket. So shout out to Ray. To answer your question, this guy.
No, you have to choose a different combination.
Oh, baby.
That's I don't think that's cop out. I mean, everyone else thought about their answers.
Not Mark and I do.
I guess. All right, fine.
You guys lived here.
space.
Wait, that's a correct.
Okay, there you go. Fine. I'll let it slide. What about you, Colin?
Got you.
I'm gonna. Can I do 3?
We can do 3, 4, 5, as many as you want.
I'm gonna do.
I don't write the budget. You're good.
Alien Ranger red, Ninja Storm red, and Ninja Steel red.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Is that the ultimate Jackson Brooks?
What about What about the Jetty?
I don't want that baggy on my jersey. I'd like like a spirit animal on the chest. That'd be cool. But yeah, so I'd like to fuse all 3 red Ninja Rangers. That'd be dope.
Awesome. So, the next question is, I'm going to start off with Colin this time and work my way back. So, for those of you who've been keeping up with Shattered Past, they have the tendency of getting actual actors from the series to come in and reprise their roles. They just talked about getting Kat Hillard, to come back. They've also got David Yost to kind of make an appearance. Just going back, and of course, if you watch their other series, William Schufeld, Jessica Rae. So, if you could pluck any character from across the multiverse of Power Rangers, so obviously it doesn't have to be a spoiler, but this is your wish list. Who would you get? You can get more than one person if you want, but you get at least one.
Okay, the fan in me wants Connor McKnight because he's my favorite Ranger.
Okay.
But the writer in me wants Dustin Brooks because I'd love to have a scene with my son.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, he also plays Jackson Brooks in the first Ninja, Rise of the Ninja, and he's Dustin Brooks, Ninja Storm Yellow, his dad.
So I would love to have Connor McKnight in because that's my favorite Ranger. But I'd have so much fun writing a storyline with Glenn McMillan, the actor of Dustin Brooks. And I did a live with him, and he was so nice. He was like, "So yeah, I've seen First Ninja," and I said, "Well, this is him talking." He goes, and I said, "If that guy's my dad, I'm doing pretty good." And I was like, "Yeah, that's my son. That's my boy."
You get to do that as a Father's Day special.
Yeah.
What about you, DJ? Who would you pluck?
Your dad.
I know what my dad. I would love to get TJ Johnson from Turbo in space. That would be really cool. I would love to do something with Johnny and Bosch.
Oh, yes. Pick him.
He's a goat. Like, legitimately on and off screen, just cool, man. So, also he voices Ichigo from Bleach, and he has a great screaming voice. So,
I was about to say anime fans will really love him on top of Power Rangers.
yeah, he's dope. Like, women-wise, I'd love to, I don't know, get some new generation in here. Sierra, Hannah, Megan Force. We are friends, we talk, so it would be nice to, we actually did something together already, but it would be nice
Coins.
There's a lot of things that weren't designed that became designed, if that makes sense. Also, one thing that's cool about this dude, and the respect here is like so mutual because he's such a creative writer and Sean as well, and filmmaker, that we check in with each other, just like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Even for like scenes, we help write each other's scenes sometimes. Where it's just like, hey, this doesn't sound right. Let me bounce an idea off of you.
Down to how we hold our weapons. Like yesterday, it was like, I held Saba like this in episode 1, can I hold my shadow saber like this in Bloodline? Like, we really communicate like that. But when it comes to the Psycho Rangers, I know that you have your own plan for Psycho Red. And, I mean, you heard it, Cycliptor is going to be his own beast. So, but like DJ said, time travel, flashbacks, it's definitely possible.
Never know.
I asked that because I want to know how is he going to get out of that data.
Is Valdez here?
Yeah.
That man right there.
Raise your hand. This man right here. That's all you need to know.
My man, come all day to me, and I seem like I've never seen
Valdez has the answer, but I'm gonna just really talk to him at the booth. But also, please remind me if you ask the question, come to me up at our booth so I can give you that print, okay?
Yeah.
And we sign for free.
This little man over here, right behind you, has a question. No? You good? All right. I saw your hand go up. I was like, oh, who's that?
He's just really happy to be here.
Hey, yeah, question. She just have a question.
Oh.
I love
Are you asking all of us?
everyone.
Really quick, ready guys? Sign of Thunder.
That's all, folks.
In space.
Ninja Storm.
I'll say myself out.
Yeah. That was very good example.
To be fair, I just kind of pictured every season of Power Rangers just flashing through DJ's head.
Oh my God.
Buddy, come to the you, sir. Look at you.
Yes,
Come to the booth, and we'll give you a print. And we'll give you a little special surprise for being awesome.
Yeah, awesome. I love special
That was a great question, by the way. Great question.
Okay, for me, to start up, if I would pick any actor to come back for Power Rangers Shadow Pass or the extended universe, it would definitely be anyone from SBD.
Yeah.
I'm talking either Chris Violet or Brandon J. McLaren.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Brandon would be
Brandon would
awesome.
be
He's busy working. Hopefully we can get him.
Brandon?
oh yeah, my question. Is there any chance we could see the other Psycho Rangers that Psycho Red is trying to bring back?
I want you to look behind you. That's our Psycho Black. It's happening. Yes, absolutely. And I want to just say one thing without rambling. The Psycho Green aspect of this whole show is just one giant happy accident. And I'm so happy it happened, and I want to make it grow and evolve and morph into something bigger and better. So yes, the more Psycho Rangers, the better.
And I want to add to that too. So since Boom Studios kind of just left it as a story arc where he just comes back, it's literally so open, and that we just really just capitalized on it. We're like, hey, let's do this. Let's help him jump timelines, chase people. It's insane. I love it. I love that I can do whatever I want with Psycho Green, and then Colin just guides me. Just all right, this is what you're gonna do. Like, even whether
Where's your wig, Mark?
Oh, please don't have the wig. We won't talk about that wig.
No, we're talking about the wig.
Okay.
He whips his hair back and forth.
So, ATO, what's your question?
I have a question. So, any chance we're gonna get to see the Omega Pink suit up and a nice little battle with Sam O'Neill over there?
I'm gonna say absolutely.
Together.
Yes. So without getting too much into episode 5, but okay, again, no judgment. Who saw episode 4 of Shattered Past?
Hell yeah.
You guys are awesome. So remember when Omega Ranger caught the big energy orb and destroyed his hand and his morpher?
He saved my life.
Yeah, and then we both landed a hit on Dragon. Anyway, so that's a big plot point of episode 5. But we're all going to be able to morph soon. And Sam is building a team, and that team involves Pink Omega. So yes, I get my morpher back. Pink Omega has her morpher. It's go time in the finale.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Any chance we'll see the other Omega Rangers?
Not yet, but I do believe that we're going to reference them a lot, but no sign of them making an appearance yet.
I'm saying Austin St. John is here this weekend.
Yeah, my buddy Austin. I'll hit him up. I'll say what's up.
Hell yeah.
Do we have any other questions?
Got a
Yes.
follow-up, really.
Follow-up.
Yeah, follow-up for Colin and the director and all you guys, actually. So when you write, obviously, you know the characters very well. You guys talk about it. You guys sit down and you discuss the scenes and all that. But you guys have your own interpretations of characters, too, because they mean different things to you. So when you're on set filming, do you ever get these guys going like, I don't know if my character would say that. I don't know if they would stand like that. I don't know if they would use this weapon. Do they ever come to you and say, I don't know if that's the way they would handle it?
I love that question. The Time Trio, Dave, DJ, and I, we built this repertoire, I guess in like 4, right? But at the end of 3, so again, I don't want to ramble, but it was DJ's big debut for Dave and I, who we've been acting together for, all the episodes.
Yeah.
DJ rolls up and just already has this demeanor, and he thinks I'm a joke, calls me baby Omega. And then we're like, okay, so that's how it's gonna be. Dave's the straight-laced one, I'm the impulsive, reckless one, and DJ's kind of the judgmental one, if I'm not, am I mistaken?
No, you're not wrong at all. But also,
that was a good scene.
I mean, as far as the question goes, yes, you're not wrong at all. But also, just to piggyback off what you're saying, always with the respect.
Yeah,
check to
of
make
course.
Sure that it fits with the vision.
Yes.
Also, one thing we're great about is doing tie-ins and nods and Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And it was definitely one of those things where, hey, this is the way it's written. What if we did it this way?
Yeah.
And so in that 4, we all got really comfortable with our characters.
Yeah.
And I did a really base script on it.
Yeah.
And then we all just started adding stuff, and like it was really fun. And there's a scene where we're in this cave, and it's all of us bouncing. I swear, half of it was the script, half of it was all of us improvising.
Right.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, and it was just so much fun. And now I trust these guys so much to just like improv or add and build these characters, and it's so much fun.
Because they know the arc. They know where it's going.
Yeah,
So,
and I write like where I want the story to go, and it gets funnier or more serious. So yes, it always evolves into something.
Hell
different.
yeah.
Colin's always been really great about letting like the script be the script, but letting us feel the moment and bring the character to life. And if it ever goes too far that it steers away from where the episode's supposed to go, we talk about it. We'll scale it back and figure it out. But everybody works so great together, and Sean keeps us on our track. It's a great partnership, and it's really fun.
There's a certain amount of freedom, and also I love that scene in the case specifically because even your character, we got to see a side of that we don't really see because he's usually so much positive. He's always positive, straight-laced, yeah.
Boy Scout.
There was a little bit of range because of, and that was on the spot. It was more like, okay, it's a time duo, it's the time bros.
Right.
Between them and Mark, they catapulted this thing.
Yeah.
And then I come up.
Yeah.
And I already told Colin straight up, like, introduced in the episode, like, I'm following your path.
Yeah, exactly, right.
And it was at that moment where Dave was just like, well, I don't really know who you are, so I'm gonna come at you just like intense. I'm like, whatever you do, I'm gonna feed off you. And it's just like, who are you? You're a spaceman. I'm like, what's this dude doing? I'm like,
got a little edge there,
You are a toy.
Yeah. Just like,
right.
Like that. He's just like, go home. You don't even belong here, bro. I'm like, are we filming? I don't think we're filming. This is
Wasn't that intense?
20 minutes in, he hasn't yelled cut yet.
Yo, 100%. I have tears in my eyes and I don't like how this feels.
I will say I've gotten a chance to work with and direct DJ in the past, and DJ is a class act, 100% professional. So I just want to give him props. He's been giving props to everyone today, and I just want to make sure he gets his roast himself.
And Jimmy's a great filmmaker as well. That's the cool thing about this community. I don't take compliments well, so I always have to like deflect. But Jimmy is an artist. He's a great dude, and I'm very humbled and honored to be part of this amazing panel and collaborators. Shout out to ATO. Shout out ATO who did the theme song. No, make access. All that. He performed it earlier today, so shout out to him. Shout out to Valdez. Shout out to Demo.
Hell yes.
So one question before we move on. How many episodes are we getting? So this is episode 5, and I'm sure there's going to be at least an episode 6. But like, what's on the horizon in terms of like long term for the show?
I want to wrap it up after episode 6, called the finale, and then I want to start Omega Force season 2.
Yes!
Sam went in this mission alone, and he built a team, and that team is going to start its own show. and it's going to be 5 heroes against 5+ villains, and it's going to be a big sequel to Shattered Past.
Hell
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so are there any other questions? Yes, I thought I saw the question over there somewhere. With the Naruto headband, did you have a question? I saw you do this, so. Oh, yeah. Yes.
I know I answered the Ranger question on the last panel, but I'm going to give a different answer. I wouldn't mind seeing the Navy and Crimson Thunder Ninja Storm Rangers in Shattered Pass.
That's our latest episode. Ep5 is Ninja Storm theme.
Oh, they are.
So, for those of you that don't know, we let the fans vote on what season we do for next episode. Pledge to our Patreon and you vote. So this one is Ninja Storm themed.
Okay, that which is another show I have to see. So also my actual question is, can all 5 of you do your Ranger war calls?
Yes!
Oh my God!
Do it! So Sean, you get a morph call too. So go director.
Oh my God! This is so good.
Okay, so I'm going to say ready, we all do ready, and then one by one we can go down. Okay? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I have some.
Okay.
I know, right? Okay. So you guys understand? Get them? I say ready, everyone goes ready, and then
Do it,
one by
Jim.
one we do our morph.
Do it.
Okay.
One, all right. Not at the same time. Not at the same time.
No one break anything?
Okay. You guys ready? Ready! Omega Access, SPD emergency. Shift into space. Let's rock it. Zero charge. Time force.
Power at play!
Let's go, Psycho!
Sean's like, cut.
Action Ranger, Direct Ranger. Keep meaning to ask, I keep forgetting. So, Dane's character, Landon, has a best friend played by his actual friend Chris, villain.
Yeah.
Are we going to see Chris morph?
No.
Oh, okay.
Chris is kind of taking, if I can, I mean, we've all talked about it, but Chris is kind of taking the Billy from Zeo role. Okay. He's kind of like holding the chair for Landon, kind of guiding him through the past. And so he'll definitely be around sending me info, but whether or not he morphs in the finale is Colin says no, so probably not.
Sorry, no. We got bigger fish to fry. We gotta form the Omega Force. That's
So, are there any other follow-up questions over here? Yes.
Well, it comes to your fight choreography. Do you guys have to have a consultant, or do you just swing at each other and hope you miss?
It's B for sure.
A little bit of both. You know, there are some days where we do swing and we hope we miss, and there are some days where it's choreographed. That's my answer. Do you guys agree or disagree?
I mean, 90% of the time it's Mark and I figuring out something.
Yeah, there's DJ choreographed me yesterday. I guess it's all different, but there's fights where like, all right, you win, then I lose, then I win. You know, that kind of thing. We figure it out, but
You go rock and then I go paper. Dang it.
yeah, everyone has. It's not like character select, our series that we do in Nerdbot, where it's like days and hours worth of choreographing. Sometimes it's just the morning of, and we figure it out. There's other times where we add things like while we go. But I never just like throw a punch at DJ and hope he dodges it. Yes, he does.
It's always communicated and at least try to run through beforehand.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah. A lot of us have like martial arts backgrounds, but yeah, just doing it for the first time. And I'm a big Jackie Chan, guy. I'm a big Jet Li guy. Only jaw, like.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like the whole concept of Mighty Morphin, like the putty is just sitting there, like what's next? But we're trying to, just evolve from that. So as we practice these moves, we kind of like, okay, go, do it again, do it again. And next thing you know, like, oh, you hit me for real. I'm like, oh, sorry.
In terms of bloodline, it's definitely about Shattered Past. I tend to have specifics, and then wherever it goes from there can be fleshed out. Like even yesterday, like Colin mentioned, he contributes what he feels like his character would do, what feels good, what doesn't. I also have a cool dude, his name is John T.A., who choreographs as well. Shattered Past, what was really cool about the takedown of the Psycho scene was it was very collaborative.
Yeah.
Very collaborative. We
Everyone has a part, yeah.
Everyone has a part.
We
also.
jumped this fool.
We are. We're a bunch of Power Rangers are bullies. Just to keep that real. It's like 1 against 5 all the time. Like you're just like, dude, help him. I trust Mark with his experience. Mark trusts myself, Dave, and Colin with our experience. And after that, it's just making it magical.
That's beautiful. Are there any other questions? We have like a few more minutes.
Quick one for Colin.
Yeah, go for it.
You probably can't answer this. It's a yes or no question. Any further plans with Red Inferno?
Inferno, the Inferno Ranger.
Black Inferno?
Black Inferno. Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes, and comma, big plans. That's what I'll say.
Emphasis on comma.
We had a debut in Rise of the Ninja, and then
Come to that panel tomorrow at 11.
Hell yeah.
And then he also was in this Chad Pass episode, and not to kiss my good friend's ass, but he did an awesome job, and I would definitely want him back. So that's What? Oh, sorry, kids. Hey, if we're gonna wrap it up soon, I just have one request.
Sure.
I would like to get like a selfie of. This is a bit. I've done.